So the Canucks are going to come to town, like I said, and they're probably going to be looking for some revenge. Some players to watch in that game. Let's watch for JT Miller of the Canucks. He has 7 points in his last 5 games, and he is the Canucks' leading goal scorer with 6 this season. Right now, at least, he has 6 goals, 10 assists for 16 points. 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points, 14 games played, so just over a point per game. He's been pretty hot. Expect him to maybe score another one like he did. Their next leading goal scorer is Quinn Hughes at 5, and then you got Brock Besser there at 4. Let's watch for Nils Höglander as well. He scored 2 goals in the game versus the Golden Knights, and I'll say last night because this will be up after the game likely. He's a pretty good playmaker as well. Along with Höglander, we should also watch for Elias Pettersson, number 40. He's a very gifted offensive player, can score lots of goals, kind of like that one he did versus us, which, by the way, was a shorthanded goal somehow because we were on the power play. So Höglander, Pettersson, and Miller, and let's also watch for defenseman Quinn Hughes, their offensive defenseman. For the Ducks, let's look at Troy Terry, of course. 13-game point streak, 11 goals in his last 11, 19 points overall in the season. In his last 5 games, Terry has 6 goals and 9 points. Getzlaf, the captain, Ryan Getzlaf, 1 goal, 14 assists, 15 points, 15 games played, so point per game player, 7 assists in his last 5. So he's pretty good as well. And also, I think Sam Carrick should be watched for as well, number 39. As I mentioned, he has 4 goals in his last 6 games, which is really good. So keep your eye on him. And let's also watch for defenseman Hampus Lindholm, who has a +9 rating in his last 5. That is really good. The Capitals game is one that I really wanted to go to because I want to have a chance to watch Ovechkin play at least once in person in my life. He's already in his mid-30s. He is a legendary hockey player. Speaking of, he's one of the players to watch for the Capitals game. Alex Ovechkin, number 8. The Great 8, as he is referred to. Absolutely historically hot start to this season. He is going for the all-time goals record. He got goals 742 in their most recent game to move himself into 4th all-time, passing Brett Hull.
Amazing!
The Dallas Stars. His next target of passing, Jaromir Jagr at 766. I think he's going to get that pretty quickly, probably by the end of the calendar year. So along with Ovechkin, here's some stats for you on Ovechkin this year. 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points through 14 games played. So over 2 points per game.
Are you sure about that?
I would say that's pretty good. Evgeny Kuznetsov has 5 goals and 13 assists this year for 18 points. He's a winger, Russian winger. Keep your eye on him, number 92. Anthony Mantha, the big right winger, has 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. They got Mantha in a big trade in the COVID-shortened season last year, trading away Jacob Vrana to the Detroit Red Wings. And then Tom Wilson. And if you followed hockey extensively last year, Tom Wilson was obviously the figure of some controversy in New York involved with the New York Rangers. I won't get into that though. Wilson, the enforcer, if you will, like maybe your prototypical enforcer, has 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. Scoring isn't really his job. His job really is to get in your face, piss you off, and occasionally beat the crap out of you. Sorry, Artemi Panarin. And for the goalies, these are 2 goalies we've never seen before for the Capitals. So I don't really have much of a book on them, even though one of them was supposed to go in the draft to the Quackin, but they flipped him back for an extra pick. And that was Vitek Vanacek. I don't know anything about him, so if any of you want to fill me in on Vitek Vanacek, let me know. And then the other one, Ilya Samsonov, who also made his debut last year. The Hurricanes game should be a fun one, but it's probably going to be the hardest considering the records. They are the second best team in the league at 10-2, even though they've lost 2 of their last 3. Well, actually, make that now. They've lost 2 of their last 4 with their win tonight over the St. Louis Blues. And the Canes have a lot of great talent on their team. Let's look out for number 88, Martin Necas. 3 goals and 3 assists for 6 points this year. 3 goals in his overall and he's got 3 goals in his last 5. Andrei Svechnikov, who 2 years ago pulled off the Michigan goal where it's the lacrosse style. You have the puck on your stick and you hook it around and score. It's very hard to do, but he pulled that off twice in one season, which is absolutely insane. It's a thing you'll see if you guys follow college hockey extensively, the lacrosse style goal. So Svechnikov this year, and I do believe that's related to Evgeny Svechnikov of the Jets, who we mentioned way earlier in the season. 4 assists and 4 points in his last 5 for Svechnikov, but overall 7 goals, 8 assists, 15 points this season thus far. Keep your eye on him, number 37. Defenseman Tony DeAngelo, who has offensive instincts. Former New York Ranger, got himself run out of there for reasons that I won't explain here. He is a +2 rating in his last 5 games. Overall, 2 goals, 11 assists for 13 points. Bit of an enforcer. Keep your eye on him, number 77. And then another defenseman, pretty gifted here, Vincent Trocheck, formerly of the Florida Panthers. He has this season 3 goals, 8 assists for 11 points. Keep your eye on him, number 16. And I fully expect the former Duck Frederick Anderson to start against us. It's going to be really tough, but that game should be fun. Should be a good test for the Ducks. So for the predictions, if the Canucks are going to start Yaroslav Halak again, I think the Ducks are going to beat him, even though the record may not say so. Yaroslav Halak, with the loss in overtime to us last week, is now 11-6-1 in his career versus the Ducks. It's pretty good, but the Ducks just simply got the better of them in that game. Though though the Canucks will be out for revenge, I think the Ducks will get revenge, and the Ducks are going to win the game by a score of 3-2. And the Capitals game, I have no book on the goalies, as I mentioned earlier, but the Capitals have so much offensive talent, considering they're the second best team in the league, and they haven't lost very many games, and Ovechkin will stand off to the side. If on the power play, stick will always be in the air, and when that puck comes to him, he'll just and score on you, even if it looks like he got there in time. Or he'll just walk down to the point and then throw a rebound right past you, shoot a rebound right past you, and put the goals in. So, key in that game, got to stay out of the penalty box.
Correct!
And I think the Ducks are going to lose to the Capitals, and I think it could be an overtime, and I'll go with the score of 5-4. And let's go now to the Hurricanes game. This should be fun. Frederick Anderson, of course, former Duck. He's actually been pretty good now against the Ducks in very few matchups versus us. The Hurricanes, we've had the better of the Hurricanes over the last few years. I went to the last Ducks game. The last Ducks game I went to was a home game versus the Hurricanes. It was a 4-2 win, but they didn't have the same goalie tandem back then. Frederick Anderson, really good. I fully expect the Hurricanes to win this game, and they're going to beat us 4-3, let's go with 4-1. I feel like we're going to get one bad game at least in this stretch. This winning streak isn't lasting forever, though. Overly loyal Ducks fan believes it will. So those are my predictions. I have us winning, losing, and losing. Tell me what your predictions are down in the comments section below. But for now, that will wrap it up for this episode of QUACKAST. Thank you for watching. Remember to smash subscribe if you haven't done so already, and leave a like on the channel. Best way to show you the support around here. And be sure to check out Roast Off Barbecue. I have the episode in the works, and it should be out soon. And finally, go Ducks. Let's get a win.